Everyone. So, welcome to yet another video of your CMA mentor. We were doing workbook series, and the chapter we were doing was portfolio management. Without wasting any time, let's continue with the next illustration, that is illustration number 7. Okay, Stock X and Stock Y display the following returns over the past 3 years: 2008 9, 9 10, and 10 11. The rate of returns are given for Stock A and Stock Y. What is the expected return on portfolio made up of 40% of Stock X and 60% of Stock Y? So basically you have to calculate expected return on portfolio. So how to calculate expected return on portfolio? It will be basically the weight of X into the expected return of X plus weight of Y into Y into expected return of Y. So weights that will be expected return on portfolio. So weight of X is given, that is 40%, weight of Y is given, which is 60%. So expected return on X, how will you calculate? Since there are let's start once again. So here the returns for 3 years are given, so you will calculate basically the average of all three. Okay, simple average. So the expected return for X will come. Similarly we will calculate for Y, so expected return on Y will come. So expected return on X, that is 17, into weight that is 0.40, plus expected return on Y, which is 15%, and weight is 60, that is 0.60. So so you can now easily calculate the total return on portfolio, that is 15.8%. Okay, so now the second part is, what is the standard deviation of each stock? You have to calculate SD of each stock. So how to calculate HD of each stock? So for this what will we do is, just a minute. For this what will we do is, there are two stocks and the rate of return for 3 years of each stocks are given. So what will we do is, for calculating this, we'll make a table. Suppose this is stock X and this is stock Y. So returns are 15, 16 and 20. Here is 20, 18 and 15. So we'll calculate X minus X mean. So X mean was 17. So 15 minus 17 is minus 2. 16 minus 70 is minus 1. 20 minus 17 is 3. Similarly, we'll calculate Y minus Y mean, which is Y is 12 minus 15 is minus 3. 18 minus 15 is 3. And 15 minus 15 is 0. So this is what first we'll calculate. Then we'll calculate X minus X mean ka whole square and Y minus Y mean ka whole square. So it will be 4, 1, 9 and 9, 9, 0. So oh shit, it went. Okay, so let me see. I think so X minus X mean ka whole square and Y minus Y mean the whole square is the one that we require. Here it was 990. Here it is 4, 1 and 9. Okay, so 4, 5 and 9, 10, 14 and 18. Okay, so how will you calculate standard deviation? It will be basically X minus X mean ka whole square by N ka root. So it is 14 by 3 ka root. So the answer will be for X. Okay, 14 by 3 ka root. It will be 2.16. Okay. Similarly for Y you will do 18 by 3 ka root. That is 18 by 3 ka root. It is 2.45. Okay. Understood this part? Now moving forward to the third part, you have to calculate correlation coefficient of stock X and Y. Basically you have to calculate R. How will you do that is, firstly for this we have to calculate covariance. So for covariance what we need is, basically that table what we did is X, Y, X minus X mean, Y minus Y mean. Okay, you make this type of table in exam. This will be easy for you to solve. Then x minus x mean ka whole square and y minus y mean ka whole square. Also you make a table for x minus x mean into y minus y mean. So the value which comes over here, okay, x minus x mean, y minus y mean, so which will come over here. Suppose here the value comes to suppose x, okay, the value comes over here is x. So how will you calculate covariances? X minus x mean into y minus y mean by n. So x by n will be the answer. So here they have calculated, you can see the solution, the answer will be 1. If you get any, because the things have been removed, so I don't want to solve it once again. I have told you the entire process. Please solve it by using this table. If any issues, you can ask me further by commenting over in this video down. Okay, so this is the thing. And so how will you calculate correlation coefficient? So there's a formula for that. So correlation coefficient is basically covariance xy by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. So covariance xy 1 by standard deviation of x you calculated over here 2.16 into 2.45. So 0.9 will come as correlation coefficient. Okay. So the fourth part, what it is telling is, what is a portfolio risk of a portfolio consisting of 40% x and 60% of y. Basically you have to calculate standard deviation of a portfolio. So here under this is given 40% and 60%. So how do we calculate that? Is weight square variance of x plus weight square x into variance of x plus weight square y into variance of y plus 2 into weight into 2 into weight into covariance xy. So basically this is the formula. So let us see what they have done is, okay, similar way they have done is weight square, that is this, variance ka square, weight square y into variance ka square into 2 into weight, okay, this is weight into weight and into this formula is basically covariance xy formula. Okay, so understood. Once again repeating this, how will you calculate this is you have to calculate standard deviation of portfolio. So this is calculated by using weight square x into portfolio of we'll say variance of x plus weight square y into variance of y plus 2 into weight of x into weight of y into covariance xy basically. Okay, or you can say, if you use bookish language, we'll write a the correlation coefficient between x and y into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. This is the formula. Okay, so you can solve it easily. This was an easygoing question and it is an important question from exam point of view. They can give this independent question of 6 marks. Okay, so done with question number 7, illustration number 7. We are moving to illustration number 8. So illustration number 8 says that Sky and Bird Corporation has the following risk and return inputs for the following year. Okay, so basically the risk, that is standard deviation, and the returns are given. Okay, variance is given, not standard deviation. Okay, and what is given? Correlation coefficient is given. The portfolio risk standard deviation of a portfolio of 50% in each asset is 4. The portfolio risk for a portfolio of 50% in each asset is 4. Basically the risk of portfolio is given is 4. Okay, and it is saying that weight of x A is 50% in it and weight of B in it is 50%. So this is the interpretation of this this whole entire line. Okay, so what we have to find out, correlation coefficient that will be necessary to reduce the level of portfolio risk by 75%. So you have to calculate RAB basically. Okay, so how will we calculate so that portfolio risk, so basically you have to calculate RAB so that the the standard deviation on portfolio becomes 75%. Okay, is reduced, portfolio risk is reduced by 75%. So basically this means that this means, so this means basically that is here, since the portfolio risk is given as 4%, so they are saying that reduce it to such an extent so that it becomes 75% of this. Basically 25% of this must be the value. Okay, so you have to calculate this. So this can be easily solved is by using the formula which I taught you in the previous question. So how do we calculate portfolio risk is weight of A into weight of A into variance of A, weight of B into variance of B, plus 2 into weight into standard deviation of A into standard deviation of B. Since we have to calculate this, we can assume it as X, and since we know the value, what is the final value we should get, we should take it over here and solve it, and the value will come as 0.925. Okay, so this was the first part. The language was a bit tricky, but the question was easy. Okay, the second part is the second part is, just a minute. The second part is what is the expected return of equally weighted portfolio. Okay, so now they are telling to calculate the expected return. Equally weighted means the weight of A is 0.5 and weight of B is also 0.5. Okay, so this can be easily calculated because both returns are given. Only you have to do is weight of A into return of A plus weight of B into return of B. So this will be the expected return of portfolio, which comes to 16.5%. So this question was easy. The only thing over here is you have to understand this point and this line entirely, and everything is easy going in this question. Okay, let's proceed with question 9. The question 9 says as Mango Tree Limited has been specially formed to undertake two investment opportunities. The risk and return characteristics of two projects are shown. Okay, so the risk is given and the return is given. Okay, the company plans to invest 80% of its available fund in project A, okay, and 20% in B. So basically the weights are given of A and B. The director believed that correlation coefficient is itna. Okay, calculate the return of the proposed portfolio. You can easily calculate portfolio return. You have to calculate this weight into expected return, this weight into this expected return, and the sum of both, which will come to 13.6. Repeated questions. Risk of portfolio risk you have to calculate weight square, this weight square into variance, this is risk, so iska square, weight square into variance plus 2 into weight plus into standard deviation, okay, or into correlation coefficient. So portfolio risk will come. Here they have not calculated the final value, so you can calculate it, and I think so it will come to us. Let us calculate once. 0.8 into 0.8 into 0.8 into 0.8 into 3 into 3, which comes to at 5.76 plus 0.2 into 0.2 into 0.2 into 7 into 7, which comes as 1.96 plus 2 into 0.8 into 0.2 into 3 into 7 into 1. So it comes as 6.72. So answer will be 6.72 plus 1.96 plus 5.76. So this will be the final answers, 14.44. Okay. So 14.44 will be the final answer. Okay. The third they are telling is, suppose the correlation coefficient is -1. Now they are telling instead of +1, you have to take -1 as correlation coefficient. How should the company in order to obtain a zero risk portfolio? So they are telling basically, so you have to basically calculate the investment that the company should make so that the risk of the portfolio comes as 0. So what will we do is, we'll take this risk as x or y, suppose, and we'll take weights as x. What have they done? Just let me see. Or maybe we'll do at this by ourselves. Basically we have to calculate the weights, okay, so that the risk becomes 0. So let us calculate by our method only. So risk is 0. Weight square, we are assuming it is as for a as x, into variance, that is 9 only na, yeah, plus weight square y into 49, okay, plus 2 into we are assuming it as x, y, weight into standard deviation 3 into 7 into correlation coefficient as -1, okay. So so now let's solve it. This will come to as 9x plus 49y plus 2xy, no 2 not 21 into 2, 42, that is, this will come as minus 42xy, okay. Removing this root, 0 equals to 9x plus 49y minus 42xy, okay. So now I think so you are aware of solving this equation. Solve this equation, the answer will come as for a it will be 0.7 and for b it will be okay. So we are done with this question as well. If you have any doubt, you can comment below, okay. So I think so this is enough for today, because illustration 10 is very important. I'll make a separate video for it. This question is very important from exam point of view. You'll mostly get these questions in exam, okay. We can do with question number 11. So here we have to, what we have to do is, we have to calculate how to minimize the risk. So for calculating minimum risk portfolio, okay, there's a formula that is basically variance of there are Lemon and Mango Limited has the following risk and return. Please compute the proportion of investment this Lemon Limited and Mango Limited. Okay, so suppose we are calculating investment in Lemon Limited. So what will we do? We will take variance of, the formula is the variance of other stock. Okay, so the variance of other stock is basically 15 ka whole square minus covariance of both. Okay, so the covariance of both is 270. Okay, we'll calculate covariance of LM. So it is basically R into 20 standard deviation of L into standard deviation of M. So it will come as 20 into 15. That is, it must come as minus 300. Why is it they have taken 270? Okay, sorry, this is what 15 into 18. Okay, sorry, I took return, so it will be 15 into 18. Okay, so it will come as, just let me tell you once again. So returns of L and M are given. I'll do once again this question. Returns of L and M are given, and also the standard deviations of L and M are given, and the correlation coefficient is given. Okay, so you can easily calculate covariance. So covariance LM will be the correlation coefficient into standard deviation of L into standard deviation of M, which comes as minus 270. Okay, so for calculating minimum risk portfolio, what we do is we use a formula which is for calculating weight of L. Suppose what will we use is variance of M. Okay, variance of M, which comes as 225 minus covariance of this, that is 270, by the variance of L, okay, plus variance of M minus 2 into covariance of Lm. Okay, so this will, what will become is weight of Lemon Limited and how to calculate weight of m limited, because the total weight will be 1, taking weight of L plus weight of m will be 1. So we can easily, if we know weight of L, we can easily calculate weight of m. So this question is important question from MCQ point of view. So you can once go through this question. If any doubt, you can comment below and I'll help you out with the issues. Okay, so I think so we are done for the day. There are few more questions left, which we'll do in another video. I think so, one that is 12 number and 10 number. Only 2 questions are left, so we'll do it in next video. So if any doubts, you can easily ask me and by commenting on the video. So hopefully you are liking this session. So we'll do for every chapter in a similar manner, so that it will be easy for you to revise. Okay, so hopefully you are liking this video. So if you're liking this video, please do hit a like, comment and share with your friends. Thank you.